All right, ladies and gentlemen, and work experience students, let's get started with bragging about your skills, and then we're going to move on to bragging about your experience. Okay, so we're doing a resume. I want you to do it the way you want to do it. So the way I had intended it is for you to do like a resume for your dream job, even though you're not ready for your dream job yet. If you want to do it for like the job you're looking for right now, that's okay too. It's up to you. But just so you know, I had intended it to be kind of like a good resume, but kind of a pretend resume, like you're trying to get your dream job. So it's up to you. Okay. So when we're doing resumes, I want them to be very good. So I want you to take the resume that you have currently and make it better. Okay. When you go to get a job right now, or you go to get your dream job, I want it to stand out. That's the only way you can, get an interview, is if either if you know somebody or if you have a resume that stands out. So here's the deal. So your resume should be different for each job you apply to, right? So that's called a targeted resume. So, and you're going to give this to a particular person at a particular business, right? So it needs to be targeted towards them. So I'm going to teach you some general skills that are going to be good for building a resume. But the hope is that as you're pursuing your dream job, you're going to learn more about that industry, and you're going to improve upon what I'm teaching you, or maybe even throw out what I'm teaching you based on what you learn about that industry, because I'm trying to teach you some skills to do a resume. But every resume for every job is going to be different depending on the person who's going to read that resume. So I'm giving you some generic skills that will hopefully be useful. Okay, so one of the things that we're going to do is use bullet points, not big long paragraphs. So you're going to give a lot of information, a lot of good information about yourself in a small space. Okay, so use bullets with short sentences, no paragraphs. Don't use I. Don't say I did this, I did that, I did that, which makes it difficult to do a resume because it's all about you, but you're not supposed to use I sentences. Okay, so if you use bullet points, it makes it easy for because somebody's not going to just sit there and spend an hour reading your resume. They're just going to scan through and either throw it away or throw it. We'll look at this again. Okay, so they want to be able to scan it. So that's what we're doing. The other piece is that as you're doing this assignment, we're going to use action words. Okay, so there's a whole list of action words that's attached to the worksheet. So if you're stuck and you want to try to find an action word, that's good. Action words are going to make your resume more dynamic. They're going to do exactly what we talked about. A lot of information in a short period of time, make your resume pop. Somebody's going to, look at this. Oh, they can do this, and it's going to go in the keep pile instead of the trash can pile. All right, so let's get started with the worksheet. Okay, so we're going to do the brag about your skills worksheet. Okay, and it's kind of, if you open this thing up, it's confusing. What is I'll open up your no weak sauce bullets, A, B, C, D. What is all this stuff? Okay, well let me tell you. Okay, here's what we're going to do. So you're going to go to your identify skills worksheet, right? So you should have already done this. If you didn't already do this, stop this video right now and do this. Okay, the identify your skills worksheet. So the idea is you went through and you said, oh yeah, I'm problem solving, I'm patient, I'm reliable. And then you came down here and you wrote down your 3 top skills. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 2 of these and you're going to turn them into bullet points that we're going to put into your resume. Okay. So let's see, problem solving and creative. All right. So I'm going to take those 2 things here and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to turn these into nice bullet points that I'm going to be able to add to my resume. Okay. So let's take a look at how we do that. Okay. So let's take a look at how we're going to take like one word and turn that into like a nice thing. Okay. So A, B, C, and D. All right. So we say adjective, subject, who does this and that. So an example would be, okay, so if you're dedicated, if one of the things that you came up with is that you're dedicated, well, you could say, my dream job is to be an engineer, so I'm going to be a dedicated engineer. And what am I going to do? I solve problems and I make the customers happy. Okay, so what am I? An engineer. What kind of an engineer? A dedicated engineer. And what are 2 things I can do? And so you can see in this one bullet point, I said, hey, I want to be an engineer. I'm a dedicated one. And look at the things I can do. So we're packing all kinds of stuff into that short space. Okay, this is tricky and challenging. Give it a shot. So here's some ideas. So good listener, exceptional listener, and communicator. So notice, by the way, ABC. So red, green, blue, pink. So we have adjective, subject, and then what you can do. So exceptional listener and communicator who effectively conveys information verbally and in writing. Okay. So you took one thing that, hey, I'm a good listener. Oh, I'm an exceptional listener, and added some more stuff to it. So to give a good description of what you can do. So it's kind of challenging, but give it a shot. Here's some more examples right there. Okay, so hit pause on this, give it a shot. Okay, and so you're going to go to your brag about your skills worksheet, and you're going to, like I said, you're going to take a couple of things from here, and you're going to turn them into 2 excellent bullet points here. Okay, so do that first, and then did I spell conveys? I spelled conveys wrong. Do that first here, and then hit pause on this video, and then come back. Okay, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. All right, so now what you're going to do next is you're going to take these things and you're going to highlight them yellow because each of these sections has a different color. So we're going to highlight it yellow, and we're going to go to your resume. Now you can put it right in your resume, or you could say, I don't know, I don't trust Mr. Miller's ways are going to make my resume better. So you could go file, make a copy, and call it resume for Miller, so that you have like your regular resume and then the one for this assignment. Okay. And so what you're going to do is figure out a good spot to put it. And so for me, I'm looking at this resume. I'm going to put it right here. Okay, so I'm going to press Control V, and what I'm going to do is let's see if this works. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to try to format it to where it looks the same. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, so let's try this. So I'm going to copy this, Control X. I'm going to click here, hit Enter. Oh my goodness, the formatting on this is crazy. At any rate, so I'm going to take this and then I'm going to highlight it back to yellow so that when I read it, it's like, oh, there it is. Okay, and then you're going to add in the second one as well. Okay, so we're going to go back here, copy the second one. Which one did I get? Listener. So now I need this one. So we're going to copy this, copy over here, Enter V, and then we're going to select these 2 guys. See if we can get all this to look the same. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got the formatting back, and then we're going to change these both to yellow so that I know that these were the ones that you did. Okay? All right, so that's the first step. So keep going with the next part of the worksheet from here.